playing in the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game. If you treat it the same, it's just ball, man. It's 60 minutes, potentially plus, of flying around with your brothers and having a great time and playing the greatest game in the world. The standard is always the standard. The media doesn't determine the standard. The opponents don't determine our standard. The standard is the standard, and we compete every day.
Week number 18 of this National Football League season, and time for Cowboys Huddle. Here inside the Globe Life Studios at the beautiful Star in Frisco. Bill Jones along with Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer. It is the season finale, a noon kickoff at the New York Giants, Dallas time, a noon kickoff. As coach, you close out the season and a chance to get to 8-1 on the season, a chance to go 5-1 in the NFC East. What's the approach this week as you close this one out?
Yeah, Bill, it's the same approach we've had all year. It's another championship opportunity. We'd love to finish the season with 2 straight wins. We'd love to get to 5-1 in the division. I think as you build a championship team, what you learn, the best way to do that is to be dominant in your division, and a 5-1 record would feel great in the NFC East. And again, the biggest thing for us is just good week of prep, go out there, compete like we always do, and find a way to get the W.
Coming off a 30-23 win on Christmas Day at Washington, had a little mini bye week. When the players got back in here this week, how'd you find their attitude as they want to finish this thing?
Our guys have been amazing. They really have. They understand the culture we've created here is all about brotherhood and taking care of one another. So they're going to go out there, lay it on the line this game, and this game means something to us. I mean, yeah, we're eliminated from the postseason, but again, we're trying to build something. We're in year 1 of the program. We're trying to build something moving into 2026, and our guys always play hard.
You know, and you talked about it at the outset of the week. Dak's going to start. Healthy players are going to play in this game. How important is it building that winning culture and this being just a continuation of that? Yeah,
well, most importantly to me, Bill, these guys want to play. These guys want to compete. These guys want to go out there and do what they love to do. The game's given them so much in their life. And, whether you're Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Quinnen Williams, it doesn't matter. You love to play football. And what I told the guys on Wednesday was, this is the last time this group of special young men for the 2025 Cowboys team will ever play football together again. It's going to look different next year. It always does. And there's something special with this group of men, and they're going to go out there and fight for one another.
George Pickens has put up some Pro Bowl numbers this year. Congratulations to him. He made the Pro Bowl, one of 5 guys, 92 catches, nearly 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns. What is it about George that you learned about him this season?
How much he loves football, man. He loves to play the game, and he has fun out there. His personality and the swag that he plays the game with is infectious. Our guys kind of feed off of it, and the way he can control his body and contort his body to me is a unique as I've ever seen, and that's why you see him track deep balls so well. But if anything, I go back to how much he loves playing the game of football.
How about Malik Davis on Christmas Day? 103 yards rushing on 20 carries. Got hit in the eye and fought back from that as well. He showed you a lot.
Yeah, Malik. All year. Yeah, Malik. From the time he came back to us in training camp, he's been that way, and he's been so reliable. He found his way onto the field through special teams. There was an opportunity to be the personal protector, which is such a critical part of what you do on the punt team, and he was all over that opportunity. And then when you're going to be up on game day, obviously, when things happen and you need guys to go in and carry the ball or play running back, he was able to do that. He's always had good run talent, but the physicalness that he ran with the other day was something that I'll remember about Christmas Day 2025.
All right, we're just getting started on this edition of Cowboys Huddle. Will McClay joins us next. We take an up-close look at those New York Giants.
Cowboys Huddle with Brian Schottenheimer, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. Ford, your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Bank of America, what would you like the power to do? And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort. Proud to be the casino of the Dallas Cowboys. Please game responsibly.
Welcome back to Cowboys Huddle. Bill Jones now joined by the Cowboys Vice President of Player Personnel as usual, Will McClay. Happy New Year, Will. As we get you set for Cowboys Giants, take a look at some of the principles on this Giants team, starting on offense, and how about at quarterback with the rookie first-round draft pick Jackson Dart.
Yeah, they got a young guy that's athletic, and he has the ability to make plays with his feet and arm. He's completed about 63% of his passes. But we want to look at him in the passing game, and his number one thing is scrambling and avoiding traffic and then making some throws. So we're looking – I got the tight end circle there, all right? And so they're going to go and make an adjustment here. They're going to get pressure, but what he does great is avoid the pressure and keep his eyes upfield. It's play action. They get pressure in his face. He avoids. He keeps his eyes up, and he sees the tight end downfield.
All right, they got the big tight end there. They also have a guy at wide receiver who's only 5'8", has 92 catches on the season and 1,000 yards receiving, and that's Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, here's Wan'Dale right here. But what also makes Wan'Dale so good is his ability to stay in tune with the quarterback. There's going to be pressure. You're going to see him go here. You'll see the linebackers void, and then he finds the space to be able to get in the quarterback's vision, and they get a big play. All right, here we go. He's in the slot. They got 3-by-1. All right, now there's pressure in his face. Quarterback scrambles. Now you'll see Wan'Dale find the open grass. That connection with the quarterback is huge.
And it's pretty amazing in one season here where they've got that connection between those two, right? Here's another example.
Yep, I'll give you another one here. Here's Wan'Dale right here. They're going to be playing man-to-man coverage. You'll see two defenders run into each other. You'll see Wan'Dale find, again, the void when the quarterback's scrambling. It's a unique skill he's got, and they do a great job with it. But also looking at Dart's ability to avoid pressure, keep his eyes upfield, and make throws. All right, they see all the guys down. He's trying to figure out what's going on. They got man coverage. Keeps his eyes upfield, should be a sack, but then the awareness to find the receiver down here. And then this is Wan'Dale's special trait, run after catch.
All right, the Giants also 6th in the league in rushing. One of the big reasons why they've got nearly 500 yards rushing from their quarterback, Jackson Dart.
Yeah, and this isn't a design run. They have design runs, the dual threat quarterback, but you want to look at it. You want to talk about when you are rushing the passer, you want to have lanes, you want to keep him in the pocket. You have to have that discipline. If you do not do it with this kid, all right, there he is. They've got pressure. Guy wins one-on-one. Jukes out the linebacker, and then he scores.
All right, and on defense, they have some pressure guys up front. Now, some are out of action right now, but number 0 right here, Brian Burns, is definitely in action.
16.5 sacks, one of the league leaders in sacks, and they use him so many different ways. But you'll see him and 51 on the same side a lot in passing situations. That's because they can get to the edge quickly, and then they can win. They're going to run a little natural here. He's going to go here. He's going to be rushing the edge of the tackle. He's going to see him win inside, and he will just cover up, and then he gets a sack from it. All right, they got 5 down. The offense, it's really one-on-one. All right, so they'll bring the pressure. They'll drop one out, but there's the natural. He just runs off of the natural pick, and there's a sack.
So Burns gets the sack there. 51, by the way, Abdul Carter, their top draft pick this year. Here's another example from Burns.
All right, with him being so long and athletic, they move him around. He's a joker. You don't know where he's going to be. So they got 3 down. It could be 5 down. It could be 6 down. But Burns is the key. He's the joker. His athletic ability and ability to find space to create sacks. So what he's really good at is on loops. Looping, okay, somebody will pick for him. You'll see it here. And then the ability to get around the corner, dip the shoulder, and finish.
Suddenness getting to the quarterback. Will McClay, we appreciate it. Up next here on Cowboys Huddle, we take a trip to the Cowboys locker room, hear what the players have to say this week.
This segment was brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort. Proud to be the casino of the Dallas Cowboys. Please game responsibly.
Cowboys Huddle continues here inside the Globe Live studios at the Star in Frisco. I'm Bill Jones. Time to take a trip to the locker room and hear what the players have to say about the season finale, Sunday at noon at the New York Giants.
How confident are you with this group, and what have you seen to suggest probably optimism into the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot of great players, and then we got a lot of guys that's up and coming. And going into next year, I mean, we got a lot of guys that we're going to be depending on to have big years and to develop. Excited about the growth of that, and then just the guys that's already here, with Osa and Q and those guys. I think we all great players, and since I stepped foot in the building and just seen these guys work, it's been second to none. So, I'm excited to come in and work with those guys every day.
You came in the week before the season. Q came in mid-season with the OTAs and a full ramp up. How good can that interior unit really be?
Yeah, I think it'd be good. All the guys, we work hard. We push each other and all that kind of stuff. So I think it'll be good. And like you said, just a whole off season and just being able to establish the standard of what the team, of our defense, showing the guys how we work and all that kind of stuff. I think that'll go a long way, especially early on.
What does this defense need?
I just think just a bunch of dogs, a bunch of guys that truly, love and care about football and not just going out on the field and being expected to make plays. I just think going home and, doing the right things, just doing the right things, all the small things all the time, you know what I'm saying? And, we all know this, it's not like a big talent gap between this team and the next team. It's really just all the little things. And, the teams that can do all the little things right all the time is usually the most successful teams.
And it's more of just, like win. So for me, it's about going out there and plan to play the whole game. Just stick to the way that I play the game. I'm not going to try to do too much early and make some big plays so I can get out of the game. And if he said, 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns or this score, you're coming out, that may put a little bit of pressure, right? And me try to do that, but me not knowing when it is and if it is, just go in and play my game and be smart.
What do you want to see from Joe, assuming he does get significant playing time?
Yeah, just command. From the moment he takes the field, just him commanding the huddle. All the pre-snap, everything, just want to be super clean pre-snap and then just come out of this game happy with the performance that he put on from himself. And I think if he's he plays the game, the middle side of the game, and he's locked in, has all of his checks. He's been doing great in all of his reads, and he's been developing all year long. So, no, he's gonna go out there and have a great game. I just want him to be happy with his performance.
You guys have gone through a lot this year, trades, losing Marshawn. How do you think Schotty has kind of helped you guys get through all this?
Yeah, Schotty's been key. He's first and foremost just genuine and real and raw through it all. Whether it's been the trades earlier, whether it's been losing Marshawn. Just showing his emotions, being vulnerable, but also like holding those conversations, being accountable to the time of him, adding brotherhood breakfast or just being conscious of giving us more time to have meaningful and conversations with substance, and so he's been a key to keeping this thing together, honestly. In a year, it's been everything, as you just said, right from the trades to losing Marshawn to win 3, lose 3 to trading or releasing an elite cornerback in this league, right? Like there's a lot that's happened in an organization that's on the forefront, and he's done a good job of staying the same man and being the same man throughout. And I think that's why guys follow, and that makes it easy too.
Still time left here on Cowboys Huddle. In a moment, the coach rejoins us, and we take a look at some of the young corners looking to step up this week against the Giants.
This segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com.
Welcome back to Cowboys Huddle here inside the Globe Life Studios. Bill Jones now rejoined by the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, taking on this New York Giants team. They look a little different than they did the first time you faced them back in week 2. Of course, Mike Kafka is the interim head coach. Jackson Dart at quarterback, a guy who has not only thrown for 13 touchdowns in his time as a starting quarterback, but also run for 9 touchdowns. What do you see when you look at Jackson Dart?
Well, I have to start with this because I was actually at Jackson's pro day at Ole Miss, and there's a way he carries himself. There's a confidence, there's a swagger about the way the guy plays the game, and that was very evident at the pro day. He was clearly in charge of what they were doing on the field, which tells you there's leadership ability and capability and things like that. But when you watch Jackson Dart play, man, he can hurt you throwing the football in rhythm, but he also can really buy time, move around, make plays, but he's also a weapon to just run the ball. They'll do some things with him where they want to get him some carries, get him out in space, and he's a very dangerous runner and a guy we're going to have to do a great job of containing.
Of course, big news earlier in the week, Trayvon Diggs released in your press conference on Wednesday. You had words of appreciation for Trayvon. This is a real opportunity for young guys on your roster at the cornerback position to show what they can do, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of talent in the secondary, and certainly we're talking about the corners here, but, you've got guys like Siobhan Revel, you got guys like, Josh Butler that might make his first appearance, Kalen Carson, Triquez Bridges. These guys, they've worked their tails off to get into position to maximize some opportunities that are given, and we really want to finish strong this week by getting a big win, and it'd be great to get those guys some ops.
All right, let's talk Jadeveon Clowney a little bit because what a great addition he has been on this defensive line. He wants to do it again next year. He'll be 33 next year. Had a sack and a half on Christmas Day against Washington. I guess you're not surprised since you knew Jadeveon from your time in Seattle with him, right?
Yeah, I do. And here's what I'd say about Jadeveon. I mean, number one, it's incredible to see this guy just compete and play at this stage of his career. Play with the motor and the effort that he has is uncanny. You want to talk about a guy that's important to him and loves playing football, it's Jadeveon Clowney. But just I think kudos to Jerry and Steven and Will and to go and get this guy, whatever it was, week 2 or 3, wherever it happened, was I think just such a great get for us. And I love the impact he's having on the field. But not enough people probably talk about the impact he's having in the locker room with some of the young players, and that does not go unnoticed, certainly by someone like me that's huge into connection and culture.
Another guy who is a midseason acquisition who's had that effect, I think, probably has been Quinnen Williams as well, and congratulations to him. He also made the Pro Bowl for the 4th straight year.
Yeah, again, the guy that came in and just was immediately felt his presence on the field, which no one was surprised by that, but his presence in the locker room was strong as well. This guy's played football for a young guy. He's played football, I think this is his 7th year, which is crazy when you look at what he's done and how many years he's been in the league. And he never ceases to amaze me with the way he works and prepares. And when we talk a lot about our program, we talk about consistency. And these last couple guys we've talked about, they're veteran players that are established. They're great players. They're great people. But they do things on a consistent basis. The standard is always the standard with those guys, and man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate those guys for that.
I got a sneak preview of Schotty's shot for this week, and he's that same type of player. We'll tell you who that is when Cowboys Huddle continues in just a moment.
This segment was brought to you by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com.
Final couple of minutes here of Cowboys Huddle. Bill Jones with the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, and it's time for Schotty's shot for this week. And how about on the offensive side of the football, the quarterback? Yes, it is. QB1, it's number 4, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you know what I think when I start talking about Dak, Bill, I get, kind of emotional. He's just such a special guy. You look at the jersey, right? Walter Payton Man of the Year, captain. What this guy does as a teammate, as a leader, as a person, is just incredible. He certainly is a huge part of the heartbeat of this football team, the brotherhood that we're trying to build here. But for me, it's also been fun to see him develop into a dad. And he's a great dad, but the ultimate competitor, the ultimate leader, and what a special young man.
And this your first year as the head coach, but of course being here the last couple of years before that, what was it about Dak that you connected so well with him right from the start?
I think both. It starts with passion for family, passion for people. He's a connector. I feel like I'm a connector. I love to get to know people, and his work ethic is different. I mean, the way this guy prepares, the way this guy takes care of his body is unique. And I've always said, going way back, Drew Brees is one of my best friends in the world. I said, man, I don't know if I'll ever find a guy that compares to Drew. Well, Dak Prescott's the same type of guy. He loves his family. He loves playing this game. He loves the Lord. But more importantly, he loves people. And what you guys don't see, what you guys do see, is what he does for people in and around this building that doesn't get talked about enough.
And wrapping up his 10th season in the NFL. Can you believe it? It's already been 10 years, and no telling how much longer he can play.
Let's go 10 more. Let's go 10 more.
There you go. All right. For Brian Schottenheimer, I'm Bill Jones. Happy New Year to all of you out there, and we will see you again next week here on Cowboys Huddle.
Cowboys Huddle with Brian Schottenheimer. powered by Reliant, was brought to you by blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Ford, your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Bank of America, what would you like the power to do? And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys.